It's been a rough 2 days for a lot of these new Star Wars fans. After putting out a video saying that there was more of them than the people that don't like Star Wars, turns out that's not true, because if it was, it wouldn't have been canceled, considering the show had the lowest ratings of every single Lucasfilm Star Wars project to date. Nobody tuned in for this show. And that is a sign of the world being bored with Star Wars, as the Telegraph puts it. The Acolyte cancellation proves it. The world is bored with Star Wars. I think people are just tired of bad Star Wars. If Lucasfilm had done this right from the start, I don't think Star Wars would be in the position that it's in. But they keep putting out bad product after bad product. They keep splitting the remaining fan base over and over and over again, putting stuff out, not even coming out with it. That Lando show was quietly canceled. I read something about that 1 week ago, saying that they finally canceled it officially. That thing was never going to come out. Half the stuff, in fact, most of the stuff that they announced never even comes out. But this show comes out. This show was supposed to bring in that audience they want, and to an extent it did. This is why you see so many people going insane over the show. Disney brought in all of the lunatics and shippers that they wanted to support the show, and now they're out there saying that they're going to unalive people because a show got canceled. Showed that in a video yesterday. Here's another article on it. Star Wars fans are losing faith in the franchise after the Acolyte cancellation, and I think Lucasfilm should be concerned. Oh, they should just now be concerned. They should just now be concerned. All right. Now is the time to panic. The time to panic and be concerned was years ago. Probably, actually, when The Mandalorian Season 3 didn't perform that well in ratings, because it didn't. Not compared to the first two seasons. It lost a lot of viewership. I'm really curious to how that Mandalorian and Grogu movie performs. That's going to be the ultimate test to where Star Wars is right now, because they're putting a movie out to a semi-popular show. If nobody shows up for that movie, that's a wrap for Star Wars. You're also going to have another test with Star Wars Outlaws. How does that game sell? I am really curious to what that game does for Ubisoft's business. If that game fails, by the way, runs at 30 frames per second. I don't even know if you can get 60 frames per second. They put out some hardware guides and how you can get 30 frames a second. And it's like, it's 2024. You can't get this bitch running in 60 frames a second. I don't know what's going on with that game. I'm not going to buy it, so I won't be able to test it. But we'll be watching that game closely when it launches. It'll be hilarious if it's got massive issues, which I could see happening. So they put this whole article coming out. What's this mean for upcoming Star Wars projects? More of the same, because they're not going to change their ways. In fact, if you watch that clip with Chris Gore when he talks about how Marvel is starting to try to change and fix the boat, or right the ship, sorry, you find out that Lucasfilm is just doubling down in all this nonsense. So some of these tweets are funny. I pulled this article up mostly because I thought some of these were funny. Well, there goes my enthusiasm for any of the upcoming Star Wars projects. Why bother getting invested? Here's another one, and this is my favorite. The worst part about the Acolyte being canceled isn't the cancellation itself, but knowing exactly which part of the Star Wars fan base Disney listened to in order to go ahead with this decision. Stop caving to pressure and stand your ground if you made something bold for once. Who did they listen to? If anything, they've been listening to all of the shippers and people that are loving this shit because they keep making more and more. The problem is you didn't show up to watch it. Well, this person probably did, but all of their friends, all of this guy's friends didn't show up. the people that they want to watch this stuff don't show up and watch it. And this target audience, this mythical, this secret mythical audience of modern people that are going to show up in droves once they run out all of the cis white man or whatever. I guess there's a contingent of people in Hollywood, talking to Thomas Connors from Midnight's Edge, that seems to think that if they just run everybody off, run the patriarchy off, all of these old worthless fans, that this new group is going to come in, and they just never do. I mean, you've ran off most of the fans for Star Wars. That's why enthusiasm is down. You've ran off everybody. There's really not that many people left that watch any of this. You know, there's another show coming out that I forget the name of the show. It's about a bunch of people lost in space, and Jude Law is one of the Jedi in the show. I can't remember the name of it. Skeleton Crew, that's the name of it, and apparently it drops December 3rd. That show will be really interesting to see, because that one is clearly aimed at kids. It actually looks rather safe. I don't other than the bad set designs, they put 2 roofs on a house, so it looks futuristic. That was going on in that trailer. They're like modern suburbs, but make it look futuristic. They put a second roof on the house. It's ridiculous. We roasted that trailer over on Flashcast. I think that show will be rather safe. I don't think there's going to be anything controversial, because they're really trying to get a kid show going there. I don't think anyone's going to tune in for it, because clearly, if you look at the demographics, there's not very many kids watching Star Wars. But we did get some final scores for Star Wars Acolyte, and the numbers are low once again. Nobody was watching this shit. Nobody watched the Acolyte. They weren't listening to some demographic that you don't like. They didn't listen to me. If they listened to me or Gary Nerdrotic or Critical Drinker, they wouldn't be in the problem. They wouldn't be having the problems that they have right now. The only people they listen to are people that don't watch their shit. And because of that, they're paying for it. Lots of cope going around still. I've been rewatching Buffy. And while you can see the sparks of greatness, the first few episodes are so clunky. Pacing lags, line delivery is stilted. All of which to say we couldn't have a Buffy today. It would be canceled. Well, I don't know if that's true. I don't know what the ratings are for Buffy, but if the ratings stayed consistent and or grew, they would keep making it. Obviously, it did well enough that they kept it. This show didn't. Nobody watched this show. The ratings are bad. So I don't think it would have been canceled. Here's some more. This is an Acolyte meltdown thread. The Acolyte getting canceled because incels couldn't handle sexy black girl and Asian man serving evil villainous romance. Here's some more. And some more. And some more. And some more. And some more. More. It's like from The Last Jedi. That's the best meme. That's the only thing that came out of The Last Jedi that's any good, that little meme where he's going, more. I'm really tired of sharing the franchise I love with toxic, misogynistic, immature racists and constantly seeing them being catered to. Even though the rest of us have been here all along wanting new and fresh stories that connect deeply with us all. Where are they all at? Why didn't you watch the show? Where are they all at? Why didn't you watch the show? And all of the people that you consider istophobic, they stopped watching a while ago. Maybe that's part of the problem, is that all the people you don't like left. And by the way, toxic, misogynistic, immature, racist, that's just people they don't like. They're not any of those things. They just didn't like bad shit. They didn't like stupid shows that make no sense and that are awful. So they took off. All that's left are the seals. And all of your clapping just isn't enough. It just isn't enough. This is a great thread. Look at all this cope and meltdown. Oh, there's so much of it. And it's still happening. These people are crazy. They think that everyone got the show shut down. Sorry, the show got shut down because you didn't watch it. There's not enough people left. And serving up sexy, evil, villainous romance, that's not what Star Wars fans are looking for. Sorry. Not looking for that. And it's obvious by the ratings. Just not enough shippers on social media. So they got a lot of social media engagement, but not much viewership. That's interesting. Blame modern TV for Star Wars. No, I blame bad writers and bad leadership. So that's where we're at. And it's been hilarious to watch, and I don't think that this is going to end anytime soon. I think it's going to keep going. We're going to get to see a lot of cope. So, you know, the show has ended, but the fun is kind of just beginning. So we'll be watching. I'm sure there'll be some hilariously awful articles that'll drop calling and blaming fans once again. The fans who have already left. I don't even know if you want to call them fans anymore. Fans of the first 6 movies, maybe. They aren't coming back for anything else. Because the current leadership at Lucasfilm has proven itself to be incompetent, I think. And they've lost everybody. So it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.